Hi, hello, how you doing? Welcome back to my channel. My name is Mariana, but you can call me Mari, and today I will be taking you through my 24-hour readathon. So far I've been reading the reading list, and I started at like 11 and it's 12:20. So we have already started this. This has already been started. But I'm just really excited to do it. I've never done a challenge like this before, but I thought, you know, why not? I am in holiday. I'm not doing anything probably today or tomorrow because I'm tired, but that is a plan for today and tomorrow, and hopefully I can get through a lot of books in this time. As I said, right now I'm reading an audiobook, and then I'm also going to try to finish Take a Hint, Danny Brown, which I've been reading for a while. And if I have time, I'll also try to read Vita Nostra by Marinas and Sergei Yachenko. I've been reading this like sporadically, and it's pretty good. I mean, I'm 100 pages in. I don't understand absolutely anything of what's going on, but I guess that's the whole point. It's about a girl who is kind of immersed into a school without knowing what she is studying for. It's called like the Special Technologies School, and she doesn't know what that means. So we as readers also don't know what is going on. And that's what I'm going to tell you, because I think it's one of those books that you should maybe read without knowing much. Because I also wouldn't be able to tell you, because I also don't know much about what's going on. And the reading list is about two POVs, one from a librarian's perspective and another from an old man's perspective. And we see as they interact and get to know each other. I'm just beginning, so I don't really know much about the novel, but so far I'm really enjoying it. It reminds me a lot of A Man Called Uva, which is one of my favorite books of all time, so I've been enjoying it a lot. I love books about friendship between old people and people who need the guidance and the love, so it just fills my heart. It makes me really happy. And Take a Hint, Danny Brown is just a romance novel about a feminist professor who is against all types of romantic relationships. She is very much opposed to having a partner or a long-term partner, and she meets this security guard who has been working with her and, you know, having interactions with her. And at the beginning they're just friends, but they get into a situation where they have to start fake dating, and so it's kind of that situation, and I really love it. It's also one of my favorite books. So I've been just picking books that I think I'm gonna like. I don't know necessarily if I'm gonna enjoy this one. So far I think it's good. It's not my favorite, but it's good to be reading some all-time favorite books, counting Take a Hint, Danny Brown, which is one of my favorite romance books. I was just feeling it. I just, you know, sometimes you just need to read some romance, and I needed good romance. I didn't want to read any type of romance. So I may also be reading Mariana Zapata after I finish that, because I've heard a lot of good things about her as an author and about her books. So yeah, that's what we're doing today, so come with me. It's coffee time.
Video. I have a chair. This chair does not fit.
I changed clothes because I wasn't feeling the dress anymore. I'm just feeling more comfy, and I'm also wearing my There's No Rush t-shirt by Ali, so I love it so much. Anyways, I am really tired, so I'm probably gonna take a nap. So for this 24-hour readathon, we are doing Great. No, JK, but I'm gonna be reading a little bit of Take a Hint, Danny Brown, and then updating you very soon on what I think about that. As you guys already probably know, I love the book, so I am probably gonna enjoy it a second time around, but it's always good to get a new perspective on a novel by reading it a second time. So that's what I'm doing right now. I have to go to the pharmacy to get something, but I'm still reading, so. I just finished writing a little postcard for one of my friends, and I'm gonna play a little game as I listen to the audiobook. I'm still listening. I have around half of it left, which is pretty good. It is 5 o'clock. Oh, I'm tired. We're learning how to knit.
These 2 tries of everything I did, just so you can see, make sure.
Okay, so I did this, and I'm really proud. And as I'm trying to do more of this, I'm going to tell you a little bit about the book I just finished, the reading list. It was really cute. Not my favorite thing in the world. I thought it was like an enjoyable read. It had very nice themes. It wasn't like thrilling or anything. It was just like a very nice chill read about an old man and a woman who is going through a lot, and they both help each other out with different things, and the novel can get quite dramatic, though I wouldn't say it's like too dramatic, and I liked it overall. I thought it was very nice. Now I'm gonna read another one. I'm also gonna take some time to read it as an audiobook. I'm gonna read We All Want Impossible Things, and it should take me about 2 hours and a half. So I don't know what it is about, so I will let you know later on as I'm reading it, but I think it's a little bit about, it's very like contemporary fiction about a woman going through life. So we will see, and hopefully when I get back to you, I will be able to fully put this into this stick and like transpose it. I think that's what you're supposed to be doing as you knit, but I don't know. So I'm watching a video and I'm trying to learn how to knit, and I also have a beer there. So yeah, okay, let's do it. Hey, so it is the next morning, and I finished Take a Hint, Danny Brown, and I also was able to do this, which is really exciting. Look at that. It's a long string. I'm planning on doing like a little tote bag, so that's the plan. That's the project. We'll see if I'm actually able to do it, but it's fun. I learned how to knit, so I'm really proud of myself. I feel like I would have never been able to do this if I hadn't like sat down and actually processed and looked at videos on how to do it, because it was complicated as hell. But now we know how to knit, so or I know hadn't. I'm not saying everybody does, but you know. And in terms of the books that I read, I think the book that I enjoyed the most was Danny Brown, just because I knew that that was like the book that I was gonna love, because it's one of my favorite books. But unfortunately, I ended up liking it less than the first time around. And I think it's because since then, a lot of things have changed, and a lot of things in my life have changed, and my experiences also, and the perspectives I have on novels has also shifted a little bit. I think I would have liked some things to be expanded a little bit more, like for example her relationship with her best friend, or the family dynamics. I think I'm becoming much more interested in those things, like family dynamics, internal relationship with oneself. I think the representation in this novel is excellent, but I would have liked to see a little bit more in-depth discussions from Danika's side, who is the protagonist, the female protagonist, because we get a lot of perspective from the male protagonist. And so I think that's one of the things that I would say is like something I would improve maybe. And I think it's actually interesting because maybe I would like Eve Brown better than Danny's book now, today, but it may change in the future, and I may reread it in the future too. So it was just like a good book to read now. And in terms of the other books I read, I finished the one that I told you last night, but I didn't tell you what it was about. So now it's my chance to tell you a little bit. We All Want Impossible Things. It was about a relationship between two friends, and one of them has cancer. And so we go back and forth in time to see how the relationship was in the beginning and how it developed to the present. And it was beautiful. It was just a nice novel. It was pretty sad, pretty like hard to read, but also pretty good. I thought it was like just a good novel. And I gave it, I think, 3 stars. So yeah, it was enjoyable to a certain extent, but unfortunately it's not my favorite topic. I think I get a little bit too scared and too in my head when it comes to like discussions about cancer, and so it just made me a little bit like sad, and I wasn't expecting that, and I also didn't know what the book was about. So when I started realizing it was about that, I was like, oh no. But yeah, and then the other book I read, which one did I read? What else did I read? I'm forgetting. Oh yeah, and I should probably say that Take a Hint, Danny Brown is by Talia Hibbert, and this one, We All Want Impossible Things, was written by Catherine Newman. And the other book I read, the first book I read for this, was The Reading List by Sarah Nisha Adams. And the door just opened by itself. Well, anyways, and out of the 3 that I read, I think this one was my least favorite, but it wasn't because it was bad. I actually also gave it 3 stars, so it was an enjoyable read. I think I just wasn't paying attention enough, and that's an issue of like my personal enjoyment with the novel. And if I had to pick like between, for example, a novel like A Man Called Uva, I think I would lean towards that one rather than this one, but I enjoyed reading it nonetheless. It's all about books and the experiences surrounding books, and it has a reading list, but I also was kind of like skipping some parts because I didn't want the novels that they were discussing to be spoiled. So I just kind of skipped those parts where they discussed the novel, because it had like slight spoilers. Like it didn't spoil the novel, but it had like slight discussions that could have maybe spoiled it. So that's why I didn't quite thoroughly give it all my attention. I would just like mentally skip those parts so I wouldn't be spoiled. And yeah, that is a 24-hour readathon. That is all I read during these 24 hours. I also slept a lot. I took a nap. I woke up pretty late because last night was a long night. I stayed up for some reason. I stayed up until like 2 a.m. and I just couldn't fall asleep. And so I think I got sick to my stomach, so that wasn't nice. But it was a fun experience, so I may do it again in the future. And thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video as well, and I hope to see you soon with another video soon.